I commented on the claim by His Excellency, the former President Mahama'S, as attributed to him during the NDC legal team conference, to the extent that the current bench is packed with the MPP judiciary, and therefore the NDC lawyers must position themselves to accept positions so that they can balance, or they can also accept positions into the bench. My comment was based on the fact that there are three arms of government, and we expect that each of them is independent. And for especially the judiciary, the Constitution provides for a strong mechanism to ensure its independence, both on its operations and security of tenure and other things. And therefore, for somebody who has been a president in the country before to make such a statement, it behoves of the Judicial Council to have a meeting with the former president to take all evidence that made him make allegations so that it can inform their reviews, and also revamping the judiciary. So we don't have a system where every government will seek to appoint its own favorites into the judicial service. A politically biased institution that will not conform to its mandate of neutrality and independence. So that was the background of my comments.
So clearly, you're worried about that comment coming from him.
So I am. And I think every well-meaning Ghanaian should be worried, because the judiciary is said to be an independent institution positioned to defend every Ghanaian, irrespective of your creed or color. And therefore, if this statement had come from party communicators, whether MPP communicator or NDC communicator, I don't think people have taken it serious. But coming from somebody who has also done the appointment before, that means there's information probably that he is holding at the extent to which we have the Judicial Council. It's a body that's expected to direct and supervise the judiciary so that it doesn't go wayward. So it's imperative for the Judicial Council to have a meeting with the president to take any information that he has, so as to purge the system of some of these biases, so that it doesn't become a problem for us as Ghanaians.
So you are not one of those who have the opinion that the comment should be dismissed outright and no heed paid to him? Hello, Mr. Mensah.
If the comment comes from somebody who is just a party communicator, then you can say it's unusual propaganda. But this is coming from a steward, somebody who has manned the position before, somebody who has done the appointment before, somebody who has experience in Ghana politics. There's value in every statement that he makes. If President Mahama'S, for instance, also makes similar statements, we'll have to place a currency on it. That's why it's important that for us, when some of these things come, it's not just to punish the institution or anybody. It's try to get more information so that we are able to review the process and structure and put in place mechanisms that will stop some of this behavior. So it's important that the Judicial Council meets with the former president to help take any evidence, direction, guidance that he has, so that the Judicial Council will do the appropriate thing.
Because I think in the lead up to the appointment of Visit Justice Gawu, they raised several questions about the fact. They even produced photos of his recent contest, I think 2016, when he contested on the ticket of the MPP, among others, as an issue that needed to be dealt with. They didn't get that much attention.
Sure. And if you follow the conversation, our fellow Kwekuaza wrote several about the same thing. Just also after the appointment of a current person, forgetting the name, to the Electoral Commission, that Kodio CDD Ghana also did a thorough background search to come up with the information that purport to say that yes, the guy is actually having some affinity with the MPP. It's the same way. we have not been able to do any background check. But the former president has spoken. So we need to, he needs to help the judiciary to do the right thing. Because he's a statesman, I don't want his position that say and say, because one person has done it, when I come, I will do the same thing. No. He's a statesman. He should always try to contribute to how to try to salvage situations. That's why he's seeking to become a president again. I don't think he's coming to continue the woes, if any, that any particular administration has done, whether from the First Republic or Last Republic. He seeks to come and take the mandate so as he corrects issues. So if he has any information that can help to purge the system, to review the system, review structures, and put in place mechanisms that will salvage the situation, I think it's imperative for him as a statesman to help.
There's also the matter of the numbers that are appointed by this president alone. I think as at the last reckoning, we're looking at 14 or 15 to the Supreme Court. And the suggestion this morning, I understand, is that about 31 Court of Appeal judges alone. Should that be a worry too?
It's a worry. In fact, when you read Prof. Mensah, my executive director, he's proposed a ceiling. And these discussions have gone on to the extent that we've even called for a second constitutional review. There are a whole lot of loopholes in the Constitution that we need to talk about. This is a different issue altogether as what is happening. But not until that happens, I think we need to salvage what we have. Yes, it's a worry to the extent of how some of these appointments are done, what formalities we should use, whether we should review the existing structure and system. It deserves a national conversation. And when you read my executive director, Prof. Aborampah, who is a lawyer by profession, he's written a lot and said a lot about that. But as a democratic institution, not until the law is changed, we need to defend, as the Constitution says, whatever is available.
Well, your proposal is that for now, it is the job of the Judicial Council to have a conversation with him.
Sure. Because for him to say that means he's stepping on something. And he's not just a mere person, a propagandist or a party communicator. He is a revered former president who is also having the mandate, as we speak now, from the majority of the NDC, the largest opposition party, to lead them. And possibly, if he wins, becomes the first gentleman again of the land come 2025. And therefore, if he has something worrying, I think the council that have been put in place to spearhead the administration of the judiciary, to invite him to support some of these things, take whatever evidence that he has, so that it can help them to institute some measures to correct the system.
But ultimately, the power is for the president to appoint. So I'm wondering what impact the Judicial Council will have when the appointment still lies with the president.
Don't forget there are also administrative corrections that we can make. It's not only the appointment. I always say that appointments, the authority for some of these constitutional bodies are three forms. One is the constitutional provision that when there's a vacuum, the president must appoint. The second one is the authority of who you appoint. So the president consultation of Council of State. The third one is earned. Who has been appointed, how you behave, how you act, how you proceed, earns you the third authority. So the popular authority should be earned by the people who have been appointed to the bench. That's where the Judicial Council can earn in, and with the relevant information that they have. So it's imperative for us to always build consensus, look for information to support whichever supervisory authorities that have been put in place to correct systems in some of these administrations. So that's why the fact that it does not take care of appointment, it supervises administration of the judiciary. And some information will help them to do the third power of authority that the people at the bench will have.
How soon would you like the Judicial Council to have this conversation with the former president?
I was even expecting them to have done that. I saw a statement from the Ghana Bar Association and ended there just to give a course in the system. I was expecting them to also probably go ahead to plead with the former president to support any form of some of these investigations and also provide the evidence he has to support that. I was expecting the Judicial Council to have honorably invited His Excellency in any form to have a conversation with him so that they can support and give some evidence to support the Judicial Council in its administrative reforms.
I was asking about how soon, because I was just going to do attend the Ghana Bar Association, and usually the Judicial Council's response at this time is to check to see which lawyer will agree with the former president, speak for him, and sometimes they engage in what maybe it may not be the best word, but a witch hunt sort of, to try to perhaps deter people from even making such commentary or backing it in the first place. Is that the way to go?
Not at all. Not at all. Even me in the civil society organizations, as I said, in all my conversation, I would never condemn the former president nor congratulate him for saying that all that I seek to do that, yes, for him to have gone that extent, it means he's worried. And probably he has certain information that makes him say so, because he's a statesman. Ordinarily, he will never ever condemn state institutions that has been part of, that he has supported previously in appointing people to. The fact that he's come out without discussing internally with whatever institution there is to take care of it means that he's worried of the situation. And that demands that he's called to come and support the process, so that some measures will be taken to address some of the worries that he has. So I will never condemn the statement, neither will I say it was good a statement. Because don't forget, when you pick the Afrobarometer data, some Ghanaians are not supporting the trust of the judiciary. In fact, about 65-70% said when a poor man has a case with the elite or the rich man, it's likely that the poor man will lose. That itself says that there's something wrong with the judiciary that people, citizens of Ghana, don't like. How do we totally purge that system? And this information seems to support that bit. How does the president, being a statesman, not just contribute to the perceptions, but support the actual facts to help review the system? It's what my point is.
Thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
You're welcome, my brother.
Mr. Aborampah Mensah, a Senior Programs Officer at CDD, joining us. A few more of your messages that you've been sending to us. This one is from Nila T. Says, for how long should a